Hello, I'm Kristen from Kristen Kane Style. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I am a style and mindset coach. I help women go from stuck and overwhelmed and frustrated with their wardrobes to a place where they have defined their ideal style and have gotten really clear on how they want to show up when they get dressed, so that building a wardrobe and wearing outfits they love becomes fun and easy. If you'd like my help, I do work one-on-one with clients. I do style therapy. I will drop the link below. It is a one-on-one style transformation process, and I would love to work with you and help you get your wardrobe sorted. So you can comment below if you have questions, or comment if you'd like me to reach back out to you, and we can schedule a consult call and see if style therapy is a good fit for you. Today I want to talk about thrifting. I haven't done a thrifting haul in a while, and over the last couple of months I have found some really great thrifted pieces, and I want to share them today. And a bunch of this I found in one trip, and then other pieces I kind of grabbed here and there, but the bulk of it was one thrifting trip. Greta is an exceptional thrifter, and when I take her I always have the best energy and it's the most fun, and so I just wanted to share. The tank I have on and the belt are not thrifted. They're both from Target. But the tank will make it easier. The little camisole will make it easier for me to just keep trying on clothes without having to do the magic, cover up the lens and change my clothes and come back on and edit. Because if I have to do it that way, it probably will never see the light of day. So I am going to try the pieces on and kind of talk you through why I purchased them. I want to start by saying, if you're skeptical of thrifting, I get it. Please understand that I worked apparel retail most of my adult career, and so I never really thrifted because I always had a discount from whatever the retailer was where I worked, or I saw the markdowns first, so I had the best access to the sale pieces. And so thrifting, I thrifted for components for Halloween costumes or for pieces for my home, but I didn't really thrift for clothing very much. If I went in a thrift shop and happened to see something I loved, I would grab it. I usually didn't go in with the purpose of finding clothes because I was so retail minded, because that's where I worked, that's what I knew. And so I have now, through my kids largely, really come to understand the magic of thrifting and what is really out there at the resale level, whether it's consignment or Salvation Army or Goodwill or ARC or other, whatever your local hospital thrift store or church thrift stores might be. There is incredible merchandise out there. And I think over the last 2 years, certainly with working at home and quarantine, people have gotten rid of even more than they might have gotten rid of usually, because they've had time to declutter their homes, or they've changed size, or they've changed situation or circumstance with their work and their job and their life. And so there's even more merchandise hitting the stores. And so I don't know, I think it is something worth trying. Even if you feel like you don't have the best thrift shop in your town, if you have one that's close, I would make a day and head to one that's a little further away but still within your proximity. Or I would just go to the one that you have felt isn't great, because I do think that you start to energetically vibe with the place, and you'll surprise yourself. I think pieces will start to appear that you will be drawn to. So today as I said, just want to share what's been happening for me thrifting lately, kind of in a haul sense. And I also want to mention that the reason that thrifting, or one of the reasons thrifting works so well for me, is that I have a really defined idea of how I want to look. I have a very simple style and a pretty classic style. And that's not as important as the fact that it's defined. The simple and classic is easy because when I go in and look, I know that navy blue and white and stripes and pale blue and cream and black, like those, and gray, those work for me, and they're part of the color palette that I dress in most often. And I know the simple style is usually going to work in my wardrobe with the pieces that I want to pair it with that I already own. It would be just as easy if you were very preppy or very bohemian. It doesn't matter that you have a simple style or that you share my same aesthetic. It merely matters that you have defined how you want to look, so that when you go into a store, when you go into a thrift store, you know what you're looking for. So without further ado, these are my recently thrifted pieces. So I will start with the jeans, because I very rarely thrift pants, primarily because a lot of our thrift stores still do not have dressing rooms open. And so tops are easy to try on. I usually wear this little camisole or something like it so that I can pull tops on, right there on the sales floor by a mirror. Pants are not as easy for me. So I could wear a dress, or Greta sometimes wears bike shorts under a little dress, and then she just pulls pants on over top of those and can judge if they'll fit or not. I also don't need very many pants. I have jeans I love, I have pants I love, and so I haven't had the need to thrift for pants. So I think in the fall I'm gonna thrift. I'm gonna look for more trousers and some more pants thrifting, but for right now I stick to mostly tops just because that's easiest for me. However, these jeans are Levi's, and they're a very straight leg. I like that they're dark denim. I like the straight leg. They're a little snug compared to the jeans that I've been wearing. They have good stretch. I do think I need to keep wearing them. They've eased a little even since I put them on today. I do think that as I keep wearing them, they'll get a little slouchier and they'll be more comfortable. My kids are always finding great Levi's resale, and I'm always jealous. And so I couldn't try these on, so I had to just take a chance, and they're pretty good. I hope as I wear them, they will soften and become a little slouchier, and I will like them even more. So first, this cardigan. It is a slightly different color than most of my palette, and yet it goes with everything I own, from army green through the creams and the grays and all of that. It is cotton, which I love. It's got a nice weight to it, so I can wear it when it's still a little chilly, and then again into the fall. I like the kind of wide sleeve. I'm excited about this one. So next up are just some little tank tops, and I like to have tank tops that don't feel too fussy, but have some interest. And so this one, I wouldn't wear most of these things with the camisole under it. As I said, I'm just doing this so that it's easy to try things on. This camisole I like because the eyelet is fun and feminine, but the shape is classic. So it doesn't have ruffles, it's not too fussy or flouncy. It's a really straight, simple shape, and it's cute, like with a navy blazer over it. So we'll jump to the end and hit the navy blazer. So this navy blazer is actually a size or two larger than I would normally purchase, and it's a petite. So the petite brings the proportion back down more to my size, and it's loft, and it's a linen and cotton and acrylic or man-made blend, and it's just good. It's just a really good weight. It's really comfortable, and it's cute with lots of the things I'm going to show you that I purchased that will work under it. So I didn't have a navy blazer in my wardrobe. I had a couple old ones that I purged over the course of the last couple of years because they just weren't looking great anymore, and I wanted one that was a little more kind of crisp and structured, and I didn't want it wool. And sometimes I know J. Crew does great kind of schoolboy blazers, but they usually have wool, and they tend to itch me around the neck, and I don't love them. So this is another just casual with a little bit of detail. It's got a similar, eyelet-y detail and this cute rickrack kind of bottom. It's a little longer than some of the tops I sometimes wear, but I like that it has the detail, and that if I wear a little cardigan, it will stick out of the bottom and just be kind of special and fun. And it's just white linen and great during the summer, and it's still really classic and plain, so that layering it, it feels like my vibe, even though it has that little bit of eyelet detail in the back. This next one, I actually used to own this shirt in both navy blue and in white. It is Diletta from Anthropologie. I bought this one thrift, new with tags. And when I saw it, I thought, the other two are long gone because I wore them hard. It has these little flat stitched pleats in the front and the back. Really comfortable. There wasn't a white one, or I probably would have purchased that one too. But I thought, I'm gonna rebuy this because it's just a great little top, and I love how it fits. And it's comfortable, and it's cute with pants and jeans and stuff in the summer. And would be good with a blazer or a cardigan. This next one is Eileen Fisher. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen a few weeks ago when I purchased some of these things, I bought a bunch of Eileen Fisher, and all of it had some sort of little greasy stain on it, almost like the kind of dark greasy stuff that when the hanger rubs on the metal bar, it gets, as a retail person, I usually have it on my hands. It kind of was like that. Dawn Blue dishwashing detergent to the rescue with a little hot water. All of the stains came out, I'm happy to say. So again, I wouldn't wear this with the tank underneath it. It's just a nice little boat neck t-shirt, really square shape. And sometimes white t-shirts can feel a little nerdy on me. I like that this one is a little bit different, and yet it can still function as a white t-shirt. And then the next one is a little more traditional shape, and the shape alone would not have sold me on it. Greta kind of rolled her eyes because she is not a graphic tee person. I am. I don't have many anymore. And so I decided I wanted this one. This is American Eagle. It is a little leaner. The shape is a little more snug than I would probably purchase, full price retail at this point. And I love the graphic. And so, if we're just gonna go back to the navy blazer for a second, I personally love a graphic tee with a navy blazer or with a black blazer. So I feel good. I mean, what a great saying. And they're fuzzy felted letters, and so they kind of feel like something I owned in childhood or middle school. And so this one, while the shape probably isn't as soft and easy as some of the other things I'm showing you, I liked it enough. I was like, for the $5 or whatever it was, I actually am gonna enjoy this one. And again, it's more comfortable with the tank top not on underneath it, so it gives me a little more room under it. The next one is also Eileen Fisher. These 5 pieces I think that I'm showing of Eileen Fisher are my first 5 Eileen Fisher purchases. All 5 of them total together cost less than $30. Any one of them alone would have been more than $100. And so I'm pretty tickled. All of them had stains on them. All of them had that same greasy stain, and all of them, it lifted right out with Dawn Blue dishwashing detergent. This is not a product endorsement or a collab with Dawn. It just gets out stains better than anything I've ever used. I like tops that feel like a glorified t-shirt, that I can wear like a t-shirt, but they feel a little elevated. And this one is that. It's linen and cotton blend with a little bit of, I think, nylon or something in it. It has a little bit of, looks like linen, kind of flaxy in its fabric. And I just like this one too. Next up, stripes. Stripes make me happy. You probably know that if you've tuned in even once. I think I maybe talk about stripes every single video. This is from Bowden. It has this cute little watermelon red trim around the neck, although you don't really see that. Whoops. But you can get a peek of it at the split there. I like this one because I like the wide boat neck and the fact that I can still put a navy blazer or a cardigan over it. I like the nice set-in sleeve, like the shoulder feels like it fits me nicely. And I like the cream with the thin navy blue stripe or thin black stripe. That's my favorite way to do stripes, is when the cream is a slightly wider stripe and then the navy is a little narrower. And this one's just comfortable. So I'm excited about this one because I didn't have a good, I had thrifted one, I think it was maybe Old Navy, and it was really stretchy. So it was kind of clingy. I wore it, but I didn't love it. And so I passed that one on and purchased this one, and I'm pretty happy about it. This one's from Loft, and I don't usually buy tops that have this tie detail at the bottom because I usually front tuck. And so I don't actually need this, but I don't need this detail because I usually front tuck. This one I just thought was really cute because I like the shape. I love the color. It's really soft. It's really lightweight. And I like this little detail for something different. So, and the color works with all the things that I wear. So it's not a detail I look for often because I primarily front tuck everything. Why do I front tuck everything, you ask? Good question, because it elongates the leg and it gives you a waist. So almost all of my clients end up being converted to front tucking. It's a rare woman who doesn't look better, I believe, with the front of her shirt tucked in, because it elongates the leg and it gives you the waist instead of just having, long fabric. So this one's a little tunicier. Also Eileen Fisher, a little more of a tunic than I usually wear. I might actually end up shortening it so that it's more at the widest part of my hip. I will, no matter what, shortened or not shortened, I will front tuck it. I love the detail down the back. It's kind of a really light, gauzy window pane. I lucked out with the Eileen Fisher because somebody cleaned out their closet, and I am very grateful to whoever that person was. Next up, one more Eileen Fisher, actually 2 more Eileen Fishers, I think. So this next one is just 100% linen, really simple shape, kind of classic. Like when I think Eileen Fisher, I really think this classic shape. This one isn't quite as long, which I like, and front tucked. I will wear this all summer. Can't really go wrong. Really great. With the camisole underneath it or without. With a nude bra, it is not too sheer, and it's just really comfortable. So I'm looking forward to being able to wear that one. This next one is button down, which is rare for me. I usually tend to do more of the shapes that I've shown you. However, I really love the pale blue color. And Greta has one like this that's menswear, that's men's. I'm not gonna button all of those just for the sake of ease, that she recently purchased. It looks fantastic on her. And so when I saw this one, I thought, I love this. I'm going to enjoy wearing that. It's just really soft. The color's really soft. The buttons are they're shell and they're just really feminine and pretty. The collar isn't too masculine. I just really like this one. So I don't wear collared shirts as much as I wear more the collarless when it comes to blouses and stuff. And I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. The next one is Old Navy, and I'm not even gonna try this one on because it really looks exactly like you would expect. It's just an Old Navy stripe. It's boxy and it's thicker cotton, so it's not terry cloth and it's not sweatshirt material, but it has a little more structure. So when I put it on, it's just a little bit stiffer. I really like this one. This is also Old Navy. This one was kind of a wild card for me. I don't do a lot of floral. I wear more floral in the summer, but I don't do a lot of floral. And so this one is probably 2 sizes larger than I would normally purchase. And yet I kind of like that about it. So it too is really long. I don't know if I'll shorten it or if I'll just leave it this length and then tuck it, because I like the flowiness of it. It doesn't bother me. You know, I don't mind how long it is. I just usually wear my blouses a little bit shorter and then front tuck. This is just really soft. It feels like a really broken in old nightgown. And it's a little fun for something different than stripes and navy and white and cream. I thought I really like that floral. I like how it looks with jeans. I think it'll be cute with white jeans or, you know, with other pants. And so I decided to add this one, even though it really by rights isn't the size I would normally wear. I think that's another thing to keep in mind with regards to thrifting. Don't be afraid to try things on that aren't your regular size if you were shopping full price retail, because the sizes vary and things shrink or stretch. And so you never know what you might miss if you're only willing to try on your regular size. So this is from Uniqlo, and it's a color that I wouldn't normally, I love gray. It's kind of a grayish. And so I'm not sure that I would normally have sought it out. And yet when I saw it, I thought, I love that. So it is linen and cotton, and it was much longer. It had a shirt tail that came way down and then had the little slit on the side, and the back came way down, like kind of below mid-thigh for me, which was just way too much fabric, way too tunicky. So the other day I got out my sewing machine and left a little like 1/2-inch seam allowance and folded it and ironed it and folded it and ironed it and ran up a seam. So I left the split, I didn't mess with that, and then I just cut it straight. Much better for me, much better shape. I like it much better. I love the fact that it has this sleeve that covers up the kind of wrinkly middle-aged elbow. And I like that it's a blouse with a collar, but it doesn't button all the way down, so it feels feminine and softer. So this one was, again, these two were kind of the wild cards because they're a little out of my norm, and yet both of them just made me really happy when I saw them and tried them on. And they were both under $7, let's say, to be generous. This next one is Banana Republic, and this is sort of a date shirt. I don't have many clothes in my wardrobe that are not like just my super functional, simple classic things. So this is a little fancier because it's slippery and it's a little bit sheer. Again, I wouldn't do it with the tank under it. It has a really pretty neckline and a really pretty little sleeve detail. Just soft and comfortable and pretty with different necklaces or with a scarf. I could put a blazer over it. So I haven't gone on a date in this shirt yet, but I'm ready because I really think this one's pretty. It is, given the shape of it, it is a little hard to get in and out of, I've noticed. And I'm just gonna fight that and go on the date anyway. There we go. Next up is a cream sweater, which if you've watched, again, a cream striped sweater. So if you watched very much of me ever, you know that those are two things near and dear to my heart, stripes and cream. This one is Apartment 9, which I think is a Kohl's brand. It feels like cashmere. It's 100% acrylic. It is outrageously stretchy and comfortable. So much so that when I purchased it, I kept making Greta touch it and stretch it because it was so good. I've worn this a lot. I love this. And then the cardigan, which I showed at the beginning, and the navy blazer. And then I have 3 more cream sweaters because on one specific day, I found 3 cream sweaters, and I thought about trying to decide. We were at ARC, I think, in Denver. I thought about trying to narrow it down and just pick one, and then I thought, why? You love cream sweaters. All 3 of these cream sweaters were $21 total, more than any one of them would have been alone, and I decided it was worth it. And I'm happy to report I have worn all 3 of them several times since I purchased them. This one is Time and True, which is a Walmart brand, and it is really just feels good. Good cotton. I like the trim. I like that it has this little band at the bottom. I like that it's V-neck and really comfortable. Great cream sweater. Next up is one from Loft, which is an acrylic blend. Feels like it could be wool with a little bit of cashmere, but it is not. It's acrylic and cotton, I think. It will be a little too warm for this over the summer. And yet, because it has the open knit, I have found that it's cooler to wear than I thought it might be, given how cozy it is, how cozy the yarn is. So this one I do wear with a camisole under it, and I can wear it with just a nude bra, and it is not see-through. There's just something I like about being able to see the camisole under it. And then the last one, I think it's from H&M, which I will confirm in a second. Yes, the last one's from H&M. I had a sweater very similar to this, which actually also was from H&M. It was a more masculine shape, had kind of a higher collar, higher neckline, and it was a little creamier. Greta has been waiting for me to be finished with it so I could pass it on to her. I have done that because I found this one, and I decided that this one just felt a little more authentic to me right now, and I was kind of just tired of the other one. So all 3 of those cream sweaters were purchased on the same day in the same store for about $21 or $22 total, and I have worn all of them. So I hope that this inspires you to go check out your thrift stores. And I would love to know, what you find, how you find thrifting, how it works for you. If you're an avid thrifter, if you're brand new, this is really like 18 months max. I have been doing this in earnest, and my kids were helpful in kind of nudging me down the thrifting path because they have really good thrifting energy and find amazing pieces. I have had really good luck, as you can see, and I am really happy to be building this wardrobe that is not only really authentic for who I am and how I want to show up in the world, it is also really affordable and really sustainable for the planet, which just feels better than what I was doing with regards to retail and trying to purchase on sale or with a discount. This just feels more authentic, and I'm always sure to be able to look for exactly the colors and the shapes and the patterns that I want, regardless of what the retailer is putting out that, is the thing that season. So if mustard yellow and browns and, burnt oranges are the colors for the season, I might not be able to find, anything that looks like my vibe in a regular retailer. Where at the resale level, where it's arranged usually by color, I can just scan the colors that work for me. So I'd love to also hear if you have any favorites in what I just showed you. If there are pieces that you think, oh my gosh, Kristen, that's my favorite one of the ones you showed. That's always fun for me. I have had a couple of you comment on a couple pieces that in the past that didn't seem like they were authentically me. And I want to report that you were absolutely right. Those of you who mentioned about the plaid flannel shirt from Frank and Eileen, I love that shirt, and I think part of what I loved about it was that it was blue, navy, and gray, and that Frank and Eileen blouses are somewhere around $225, and I paid about $2.50 for it, and I think that lured me into thinking that I would be a flannel shirt wearer. I live in Colorado. That seemed like it should be part of my vibe, and yet I'm just really not a flannel shirt wearer, and so that one I have passed on. And then there was something else, which I can't remember at the moment, that a couple of you commented that it didn't look authentically like me in a past thrift haul, and you were accurate on that one too. So I try to be really choosy. I don't want to bring things home that I'm not actually going to wear and love, and yet sometimes I bring pieces home, and once I actually get in them, I realize that there's something not quite right. I am really happy that the stains came out, because I would have been very sad if those Eileen Fisher pieces hadn't worked, but I was super confident that I could make it happen, and I did. I'm on Instagram every Tuesday at noon Mountain Time doing a live Q&A at Kristen Kane Style. I post a question box on Monday afternoon, and you can drop in your question, and then I will answer it on Tuesday. All of those get recorded. The replays go up on my Instagram, so they just live in my feed. And I put all the questions in the caption, so you can go back through. I started them back in November of 2021. You can go back through and read the questions and just watch the ones that pertain to things you might be interested in. There have been a lot of good questions, so it's always fun for me to show up there and answer whatever you guys are wondering about style. All things and anything style, please ask. And I'll be back next Friday with another video. I hope you have a really beautiful week. Thanks so much for watching.